You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
And welcome to futuristic space adventure with Tadpog.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's your guys' favorite planet, real quick? Earth? Is it Earth?
So far, Earth. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Not as of last November. I don't know.
it's the only one I know of where I can actually breathe.
Yeah.
So that's going to have to make it rank tops for me. But,
Yeah.
you know, if they find another one.
Okay, aside from Earth,
Aside
favorite
from Earth,
planet?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. You like the storms?
I do. And
It's where we go to get more stupider.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It protects us from the asteroids.
Yeah.
It's a big old protecting planet that keeps us from
Gravity
getting
well, just
pelted.
sucking that shit in.
Yeah, it is.
Like George Jetson.
Like George Jetson, that Luigi-esque.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. You probably don't know what I'm talking about.
No, they all know.
They all
Everybody.
love this game.
They've all
Everybody's
played,
played it.
the Jetsons space pirate adventure. No, sorry, Invasion of the Planet Pirates. I've had a really hard time. That was my first time trying to say that name of the game from memory.
Yeah.
It's not a good name in my opinion.
No, it's too long.
They could have just said, they could honestly have just called it the Jetsons
Is there another
for the SNES.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Is there? There's not another Jetsons game for it, is there?
I don't think so. But there are like some Jetsons games like on the NES.
Right.
But
I'm just gonna call this the Jetsons and then parentheses SNES.
SNES,
And
yeah.
I'm not making that whole title happen
Yeah.
when I produce this thing.
Invasion of the Planet Pirates. Were you guys upset about Pluto losing its planet status?
I was.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, but I was. And Venus was my favorite as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
So remember the funniest. I
Because of
remember
the leather goddesses.
Fuck, man. I forgot about that.
Slash Venus.
I remember, I distinctly remember just uncontrollably laughing in the library in second grade.
I bet I know why.
We were looking at a book of planets, and one of my friends said, "Replace that V with a P."
Yeah.
Lost my goddamn mind in the middle of the library.
Nothing like second grade humor.
Oh man,
Nice. We were taking Henry and his friends somewhere. This was maybe like 2 years ago. We were driving in the car, and they were talking about planets. And Henry's friend, just out of the blue, was like, "I like Uranus." And we all laughed. Every single one of us in the car laughed.
Some things are timeless.
I mean,
It's just never not going to be funny.
I just didn't expect a 6-year-old to say, or I guess it would have been 8 at the time. I
Right.
didn't expect an 8-year-old to say it. I don't know why. We were saying it when I was 8. I guess just kind of forgot.
Well, before we get to all the Jetson-y goodness, what you guys been up to?
Just riding out the storm. We had some pretty,
There is a storm going on, so this
Serious
episode starts to
storms
sound
today.
weird.
yeah.
Or if it cuts out suddenly.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a fun way to end
That'd
that.
be a
We could
great
just
way to end
fucking
it.
flip the switch on that board whenever we're ready to be done.
Yeah.
God tells us when to stop recording.
Yeah, you just wink at me and I'll go, and then you hit the switch.
As far as our area was concerned, it didn't get as bad as they said it was going to. Right about the time everything hit, it was kind of fizzled out at that point. Now, it was a pretty heavy rain. I had a lot of trouble getting here because it was just visibility was low and my headlights aren't great on my car. So, but doing that and then really just I've got a trip coming up. I'm going to be going out of town for work this coming week and I'm getting ready for that. And then I managed to get my yard cleaned up today. I mowed my yard again. It's kind of getting to that point
Just in
now
time for a
where
bunch
it's
of rain.
every week. Yeah, well, I wanted to get it. I had to clean the gutters and stuff, because of the rain. So I was lucky. I got it done before it all kicked in, and just been playing Overwatch. I've been listening to the latest Dungeon Crawler Carl book, which I'm
Hell
enjoying a great deal. But other than that, nothing really exciting to report. Just living life and doing my thing. What have you been up to, Dave?
I emailed that. I have a mouse update, a Logicool G600 mouse update. I emailed or sent a message to the seller on eBay, and he said, "Hello, Dave Morsen. We've got it's. Don't worry about it. We got it." So, and then I got a tracking number. So, yeah, it's one of those packages where you have to be there when it shows up. So I'll never get it.
Don't worry about it. Your money is gone.
Right? Yeah.
I'm sure don't worry about it anymore. It's gone.
When he
gone,
said
yes.
we've got it, that means your money.
Right. Yeah, everything looks good as I went through. Cool.
I already spent that money, actually.
So other than that, I played a game called Repo, capital REPO. We had a member of our virtual tabletop group not be able to show up yesterday, so we decided to play Repo instead. And it's like it's a game where you play, up to 5 people can play together, and you all play these Futurama-looking kind of collector robots, and your job is to go to, I don't know if it's always the same location. We got a haunted wizard's castle that we had to go to and try to get valuables. And while you're there, monsters and stuff show up, and it is like... it's not very scary, but it's fun because like a lot of the monsters will not just outright kill you, they will just do some weird shit. Like there's one of them that was super annoying is there is a poltergeist or a ghost that will just possess you, and then just you lose control of your character and it just runs you deep into the map. I don't know if it's random or whatever, but like as you're going, you get separated from the group. You like get noticed by other monsters, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's one of those games where you try to like kind of manage the chaos,
Right.
and it's got like proximity voice chat, which is really cool, and it's got a lot of cool things that you can collect for money too. And then they do this cool thing where it's like, if you die, there are checkpoints within the map where you can cash in your bounty at these checkpoints. And if you have a certain amount, when you cash it in, you can. And if you have like the corpse or the head of one of your bots that died, one of your friends that died, they can resurrect and come back. And then if you all die, it's like the end of Double Dragon, and you fight each other. And then whoever wins, and like, so they drop all the loot that you've collected. So they drop, you get like, there's like the Mr. Burns trap door that like you fall down, and then you land, and then like all the shit that you've collected is down there too, including like all like the stuff that you gathered for money, but also like any weapons or anything that you picked up. So yeah, you all kind of pick it up and fight each other, and whoever wins gets a crown, and they're the king of the losers. It's fun. I liked it a lot. There are a lot of games out there like it, but I thought this one was kind of special because it kind of has this like PS1 kind of vibe to it, like as far as the aesthetics go, because it's like, it's low texture, and it's got like some really fucking funny shit in it where it's like the wizard apparently graduated from like wizard school in like 1987. And that's fun because that was a long time ago.
Right.
So I think when I saw that, like his class graduation photo in the keep, I'm like, I bet when kids play this, they're like, wow, that was a long time ago. And that was like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So it'd be like me being a kid, being like, oh man, this wizard graduated in 1945. Damn. That's like right after World War II.
Yep.
So, but it's got some cool stuff. And then it's got like these like portraits on the wall that look very much like they're from like a Sierra point and click adventure from like the 1990s.
Yeah.
So, and the people that I'm playing with are like, I wouldn't say considerably younger than me, but younger enough that I don't feel like they
probably got the reference.
That. But yeah, and I assume that's what the developer is going for, but I hope so. That's what I got from it. So that was cool. I recommend it. Check it out. It's like $10 on Steam.
Okay.
It's a good one. I would play it again for sure. Final Fantasy 14, been doing that. I got Ninja to 100.
Nice.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great job. It's super fun, but like a patch just came out. So it's like, I got to do a whole bunch of shit to get like gear current. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I started leveling Machinist instead, which
What does that do? Is that like Edgar?
Yeah. It's a ranged physical DPS class. So they use guns, but they have like abilities like drill and auto crossbow and stuff like that. So it's cool. I like it. Ranged physical DPS really isn't as fun for me as melee is. But
It's kind of point and wait.
I mean, I feel like, so I guess, I don't know. There are 3 ranged physical DPS classes, and this is the 3rd one that I'm playing. It's not like boring or anything. It's just, I like the game of being melee, and it's like part of your job is being glued to whatever you're fighting. And that's kind of fun. I like that. I like the challenge of being like, okay, I just need to make sure that I'm on top of this enemy and don't let them, get away. Caster classes are more like, and I don't like caster classes really, because that really requires you to be like, okay, I know how this fight's going to go, and I've got it planned out where I'm going to be at each section of the fight. And it's like, I don't really like that. I imagine if you know the fights really well and you're super bored, then that's fun. But like for me, melee's a lot more fun because it's just like, I don't know, you just kind of adjust.
Right.
And the game's designed in ways where it's like, there's going to be safe spots for melee. Like, so that's a lot of fun. But I mean, Machinist is cool. It's fun enough. It's just, I don't know, ranged DPS really isn't as fun for me.
Yeah.
But the abilities are all cool. And I kind of was like, well, I guess I got the itch to like play a healer, and I unlocked Sage, which is a healer, and that unlocks at level 70, and I did it. I unlocked it, and I was like, oh my God, all like the spell names are in fucking Greek, and it's like, I don't know. And I watched a YouTube video, and it was 20 minutes long, and I was like, okay, I guess I kind of get it a little bit better. And then I like tried to play it, and I was like, I don't get it. And then I looked it up on YouTube again. I was like, I guess I could play this 1 hour video, or I could unlock White Mage. And that's what I did. I unlocked White Mage, and they start as Conjurer at level 1. So it's like, it's not jumping in the fucking deep end on like a level 70 character. It's just like, okay, all right, I'll start from the very fucking beginning and do baby steps. And then I blew through like 35 levels today. So yeah, it's fun.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, it's fun. And I'm watching a show called, Nikki and I started watching a show called Common Side Effects.
I've heard of this show.
It's good. Yeah. It's animated. The reason I wanted to watch it is because Mike Judge is attached to it.
Yeah.
From King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Office Space. And I was like, okay, I kind of want to check that out. He voices one of the characters, or several of the characters, but one of the main characters, and it's really good. It's a lot more of a thriller, I guess, than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, is that right?
It's got like funny parts for sure, but it revolves around like like there's this brilliant scientist, kind of hippie type who goes to Peru. His goal is to find this magic mushroom. I think it's called like the blue angel, which is like it's like a super medicine essentially. And he finds it, and it's kind of the story of him running into his old high school chemistry lab partner, who now works for like a pharmaceutical company. She's like the assistant of the CEO, who is played by Mike Judge. And it kind of gets pretty messy. It gets pretty messy fast because like several federal agencies get involved, and it's one of those shows where it's like character development is really, really good, and it's like it's a good one to watch if you want to study how like you can describe or show a character in like just in so much detail with so little like brush strokes, because it's like every character, even like, you know, there are several characters where it's like I don't know if this character is going to be important or not because I learned a lot about them in the 5 seconds that they were on screen,
Right.
and it's not like exposition or anything, it's just like they have like an odd tattoo or something, you know, like everyone in the show feels really human, and that's really cool. It was one where it's like it's pretty violent. I was surprised, and it's good. I recommend.
Where is it on?
It's on Max.
Okay, yeah,
it's on Max.
I'll have to check that out. I'm looking for some stuff to watch, some new stuff to watch.
If the like animation part of it turns you off, I get it. It's, you know, it's one of those where I was watching it and it's not a show that I would watch if it wasn't animated.
Right.
It like works the reverse way for me, where it's like if this were like a live action, I don't think I would be super into it. But like there are some really like trippy bits to it that are really like well animated and like super cool.
Okay.
Yeah, recommend it.
Awesome.
Good show.
Oh yeah.
Tyler, what about you?
Let's see. Played more Vampire Survivors,
Hell yeah. Garlic Boy.
which I was really enjoying, and then it kept getting weirder, and it's to the point it's so weird I'm just kind of confused, so I'm not playing it very much.
Weird because like the new characters you're getting or the new abilities or
Yeah, sort of abilities and then more options that aren't really explained.
Yeah.
Like nothing's really explained in the game like at
No,
all.
no.
You just have to just kind of figure it out.
I think they want you to experiment.
And I've been watching, you know, videos and I watch playthroughs and stuff like that. You know, while I'm at work, like I'll just let this guy do challenge runs, which are interesting to watch. And then all these weapons and shit, I just have no idea what they are. Talking about Arcana that I don't know what they are. Because like I played this one stage, and then suddenly I'm in this other stage where I've got nothing but a whip, and I'm just trying to run through the hallways.
Yeah.
Run through the hallways, get the yellow sign, and you see like weird mocap video of like a hand snapping.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, something's going on. And then I do another level, and then like the snapping's back, and there's clapping, and then like I had no idea what the fuck, why it was so weird and hard, and then there's a Grim Reaper trying to drown me, and then
Like they do.
I looked some shit up and finally understood that. But now I've unlocked like adventure modes, and I don't know. There's so much stuff I don't know. It's kind of discouraging.
Sure.
Like I was super into it for a really long time, but it's still fun. Like I still did like 2 runs today, but it's definitely it's so cumbersome. It's warding me off at this point.
Hello.
Damn.
I don't let the mics pick that up. That scared the shit out of me, man.
Me too.
Man, I felt like my body like just got a adrenaline dump.
It sounded
there.
like
that
someone
was crazy.
It sounded like someone kicked the garage door.
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
man!
Damn. It was a thunderclap.
I felt
in
that in
case
my
y'all
arms.
didn't hear that.
Good Lord.
It is pouring down
Yeah.
rain out there right now.
Because like 2 weeks ago, that's when I fucked up my weekend run, rage quit at the end, had to start completely over from scratch, which I took my time, and I was at the end of the game in like 17 hours. So Suikoden is like much shorter than I remembered it.
Yeah, it's
and
a
then
short one.
this time I kind of blazed through it. I'm at that point again with all the characters, like where I need to be at like 12 hours. So I mean, playing through a game like that in 12 hours, Suikoden 2 is a lot bigger and a lot different.
Yeah.
So I'll be streaming the end of that sometime soon. Now that I'm at that point.
The end of Suikoden 1.
Yeah.
You're picking it up where you
Yeah, I'll pick it
stopped
up.
last time.
I stopped exactly where I rage quit last time. Then now the record's good, so now let's beat it.
Right.
Because I do the last battle and then I'm in the castle. Let's see, Melissa. I haven't finished it, but I was really, really enjoying. I fell asleep. My pills kicked in super hard. I turned it off. But we started about halfway through, maybe a little bit more of riff tracks for Fever Lake.
I haven't seen that.
It's a 90s horror movie with Corey Haim and
boy.
Mario Lopez.
Oh man, that sounds great.
I can guarantee you that Tanya has seen the movie.
Yeah.
I'll ask her. Fever Lake.
Fever Lake.
I'll ask her. I'm gonna. While
And
we're
it's
I'm gonna watch that
it's
one.
slow schlocky.
Cool.
Because in the beginning, the very beginning shows like a murder scene, but it's like set up like the 50s. Like there's like a 50s style car and the interior decorations. It's like 50s style. You think it's like old. And it's Corey Haim as a kid, so it's like the 80s. Because Melissa was like, why the fuck did I think we were in the 50s? But now I found out it's him and it's like, yeah, it's like mid-80s. Mid-80s. It's like, yeah, I see that they were going for like, they really want you to know this is the past.
I've texted Tanya. She's gonna update me as to whether or not she's seen that one.
But I recommend so far on that. I came in, listen, I watched the first 3 episodes of Righteous Gemstone season 4.
I have been holding off like hard. I have wanted to start watching that so bad, and I've been holding off because I don't want
It's
it
already,
to stop.
man. And I didn't know that the actress who plays Judy Lee is also a writer on the show.
Oh, is she really?
okay.
I
So
didn't
yeah,
know
I
that.
saw like some TikToks with her, and like the other actor was like, "Well, yeah, you're a writer." I was like, "That's why her shit's so good. She's
Gotcha.
a writer
That
too."
makes sense.
Did I know that like Bradley Cooper's in the first episode?
First episode is real. Like Melissa like wanted to turn it off. I was like, let's power through
Yeah,
it.
it's like it's a historical period.
Yeah, I mean,
piece.
it's not funny or like at all. It is like a dramatization of the gemstone ancestor and where the stuff starts during the Civil War.
I saw where Danny McBride was giving an interview about that, and that they had sort of trying to decide who was going to play the patriarch of
Yeah.
the gemstone family, and it was suggested that it be Bradley Cooper.
And he's great.
And they said, well, we're never going to get him. And it turns out he wanted to do it, but he had never seen the show, and he didn't want to see the show before he did his
That's pretty good.
So he had done his thing knowing nothing about the Righteous Gemstones, and he said he didn't want it to affect the way he portrayed the character.
he nails it. He does a great fucking performance
That's awesome.
as it.
I'm gonna have to get in and start watching it.
YouTube knows that I'm watching Righteous Gemstones because in my algorithm I was suggested, and I watched because I like Danny McBride. I think he's really funny.
Love David Bryan.
It suggested to me a video from Late Night with Conan where Danny McBride plays the demo, and he is like a karate instructor, and he plays it pretty straight. It's funny. Like it's just him and like some kids and some other adults just breaking boards. And it's like, and he's like, really like, which camera do I look into? Which camera? And it's like he's doing that the whole time. It's really
Okay.
it's really funny.
I need to watch Vice Principals.
I
haven't
just
seen
finished-
that.
I know.
just
I really
finished
want to
it.
watch that.
John Turley recommended that to me,
Yeah.
and it's an easy watch. It's only 2 seasons.
Okay.
I just finished it yesterday, and it's not as good as the Righteous Gemstones, but it's kind of like sort of a blend between Eastbound and Down and the Righteous Gemstones. You
Okay.
know,
That
you can
makes
see they're
sense.
kind of
Yeah.
finding their voice that led them to where they're at now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Walton Goggins is in it for the whole thing. Also, this is cousin Baby Billy,
Yeah.
or Uncle Baby Billy. He's in it, and they play rival vice principals at a school.
Because I saw an interview on Dan McBride was on Conan Needs a Friend, and
Yeah.
he was talking about how Walton Goggins interviewed for Jason Sudeikis' character. And he was like, they wanted to give it to him, but they'd already kind of wrote it for Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm going to remember Walton Goggins. Next time I have a thing that's perfect, it's his.
It was really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It got dark in some places too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a departure from maybe what you might expect. But then again, the Righteous Gemstones surprised me in so many ways
Yeah.
with how like serious it could be or how poignant it could be. When you don't, it's not really got that veneer at first. You don't
Yeah.
really expect it. So yeah, I recommended it. I knocked it out. It's 18 episodes total. It's not a hard watch.
Okay.
So yeah, I give that second recommendation to you.
Okay, that's our plug while you wait for more Righteous Gemstones episodes.
Exactly.
There's something that happens in the second episode because Melissa was like, we were watching it and she turned to me and she was like, wouldn't it be funny if this thing happened? I was like, yeah, that'd be a big turn. And then it fucking happened. I was like, oh, there you go. There's your wish. And then I walked in today on her finishing up The Lovely Bones. Like I took Kenan and I came back.
That's
and,
a crazy good movie.
Yeah, she was really upset. She was like, that's fucking stupid.
It's
What is that one?
Not like
The Lovely Bones. It's a very hard movie to watch. It's very hard to fucking watch.
It's Stanley Tucci plays like a serial killer.
Okay.
No. Well, yes and no. It's more like he's a child.
Yeah.
You know, he's into kids, and it's disturbing. It's very upsetting and hard to watch.
Yeah, it's a pass for me.
And it was done by Peter Jackson.
Which is weird.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an adaptation of a novel.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of really weird, surreal stuff that goes on. I don't want to give
Were they
out
kids or hobbits?
I don't
Yes.
remember. I don't know. I don't want to give away anything in case you ever did want to watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. I've watched it several times, but that first time I watched it was like, ooh, real creepy.
Yeah.
And it's also
That's the intent, though.
the surreal part is what almost made it harder to watch, just because it's hard to describe, but it is a really good movie. And
The way you're describing it makes it sound actually like something I might want to watch.
I think you might enjoy it. Honestly, I always, if someone says I haven't seen The Lovely Bones, I'll say maybe just be prepared for it to have some uncomfortable stuff in it. But after that, it's a great movie. I mean, it got Academy Award noms and all kinds of stuff.
shit.
It was a really...
Because I told Melissa it did, and she was like, bullshit, it didn't. There's no way this movie did. Like, she did not like it at the end.
Yeah.
Neither of the Coreys are in this movie.
This is bullshit.
Update on Fever Lake. Tanya says she does not remember seeing this one.
Oh, shit.
So I said I thought maybe that it would unlock some core memory for you, but she says she hasn't. She said she thought she would remember those two being in a movie together. So maybe we'll have to find that and watch it.
It sounds like a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I've got two sort of drafts
Okay.
we can look at.
Okay.
The first one is retro future predictions. So, a la the Jetsons, being as old as it is, it has those weird things that they think would happen in the future. So, ranking blind draft 10 things from like the 50s people thought we would have in the future.
Okay.
There's a retrofuturism subreddit. I'm sure that you're aware of it.
That's where I got some of it, yeah.
It's really good. It's a really good subreddit.
Because I love the one, like I nearly bought all the posters where they whenever we could make it to other planets, what they thought the life would, the humans, what they would be like and stuff on the other planets and shit. Like all the retro art of like visit Venus and what they thought Venus would like. I loved that whole series. Like I really wanted to buy that. And the other, because we did building your own chicken feast. I've got a build your own beef feast.
Okay. All right.
So you guys want to hit some retro future blind draft?
Is it beef because like the future beef is on the decline?
Yes.
It's down 3%.
I tied it all together
Yeah,
like
chicken's
that.
up 16%.
Beef futures. Who knew?
But to say pork's the only thing that's fucking cheap anymore for some reason.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't
Pork's
eat a lot
way
of
cheaper.
pork, man. I feel like when I was a kid, we'd have pork chops like at least once a week.
Pork was a staple growing up for sure for me.
But we don't fuck with it really that much anymore unless we get barbecue. You know what I mean? And it's like that's pretty rare.
I mean, I'll pound it thin and bread it in panko and do like Japanese curry with
Yeah, sure.
pork cutlets like that
Yeah.
a lot and pork chops and but yeah, I could buy like a huge side of like pork for like $15 at Sam's. The same thing of beef would be like $105.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, and beef is going downhill anyway. I had the worst burger I've ever had in my life today.
Where from?
A&W /
Oh,
Long
I haven't
John
been there in a
Silver's.
long time.
First of all, I showed up and placed my order, and it was a simple double cheeseburger, and then I got some sriracha cheese curds for Tanya, and some fries.
Hell yeah.
They're really good. You should try those. Those were fine, but this fucking 20 minutes it took them to make this order. The first thing he says to me is, "We don't have any cheese. Is it okay if your burger doesn't have cheese?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess." So 20 minutes it
Take
took
a handful of
them.
those cheese curds and slam it on that burger.
Yeah.
Shit. 20 minutes it took them to make this burger. I get it home. The bun is soggy. The patties are like paper thin. It's like gray. Like, it looked like elementary school hamburgers, only worse. And I took like 2 bites of it, and I was like, fuck it. I can't eat this. So it's just the quality of the beef. So if you're paying a reasonable price for a hamburger, you're probably getting a shitty quality of beef.
Yeah.
And even then you may not be. But
I'm on Long John Silver's talk where they're all talking about who would have thought best tenders in the game.
They
was
are.
Long John Silver's.
Long John's has the best. They're really fucking good tenders. I should have gone with the fish or the chicken option and not the burger, but I remember eating at A&W in the past, and
I remember when
the
it
burgers-
opened. I was there when it
the
opened.
burgers
It was a
were great,
huge deal.
but now they're just shit.
Because I almost went. It's funny you said that. I almost went and bought 5 burgers today because there are 5. I'm trying to think in town. What are 5 more places that we can get? I can get drive-through burgers that we haven't done, and there are exactly 5. And that was one of them that I was like, oh shit, that's actually a thing. I forgot about A&W. That was the 5th one. I was like, I should go and get that today, but they would have been in my oven for like 3.5 hours. So I was like, we'll do it. We'll do it
It
later.
would have somehow made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Retro Future 10-spot blind draft.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, or first, the television newspaper.
The iPad.
Television newspaper. It was, yeah, because all the art of it was just like, can you imagine like being able to see your picture, just full frame pictures of the newspaper pages on your TV?
Man. I think that's a good middle. I'm gonna put that at 5.
I'm gonna put that low. I'm gonna go 9 because I am so like, I don't know, man. I think the whole like, it's interesting to me, right? Because it's like when they're talking about this, it's probably what, the 50s, 60s, and it's like news. You know that thing you get 1 hour of each day.
Yeah.
You know that? Wouldn't it be novel if and you could also? But now it's like I don't want that.
Fucking turn it off. Yeah.
I don't want
I
that.
think someone imagined an iPad and just couldn't conceive of it. They had
Yep.
the technology.
Like Tony Stark's dad at the time, like limited by the technology
Yes.
of my time.
Yeah. So yeah, 9 for me.
Next, walking on water via balloons.
Hell yes.
So
Classic.
it's people, they have like skis on and they have these personal weather balloons harnesses that hold them up at the perfect height to walk across water. And it's on this social party on a lake where they're in tuxedos with their balloon harnesses. It's like the future, walking on water.
They always, all of these things that they come up with, they always picture people in like top hats and
I know,
tuxedos
right.
using these things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to be like I don't want to be in a rowboat in a tuxedo. If I am, that means the ship I was on has probably sunk.
What am I, a farmer?
Hell yeah.
6 for
Sector
me.
5, Lemon.
6 for me.
That's a 3 for me, man. I love that. I love that tuxedo water shit. I'm hoping like tuxedo jetpacks on this list too. That's number
There
1 for
probably
me.
going to be some tuxedo, more tuxedo things.
Next, the Olympics in space.
Oh, let's see. I don't.
So doing the high jump for 20 meters on the moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The Space Olympics.
I like the Space Olympics. I don't really like the Olympics, but I think I would like the Space Olympics.
It's like turning off gravity in Overwatch or something, like
Yeah.
when you shoot your gun, you get shot across the room because of physics. 4 for me.
Yeah, man.
That makes for a whole new set of sports, right? Now we come up with all new sports. The shot put, is like now it's like being thrown several hundred yards.
Well, it's like, I still love the idea. I forget what comedian did the whole bit about like doing a whole separate set of major league sports where steroids are mandatory.
Yeah.
Just to see all the crazy shit that would happen.
Man, this actually kind of reminded me. I was thinking about this the other day. Do you think sex and zero gravity would like be any good? For a long time, like when I don't know, when I would think about this, apparently I think about it a lot. When I would think about it like in my 20s, it was like, oh man, I bet that'd be awesome. But like the older I get, the more I'm like, you don't really have like, I mean, any kind of like leverage or anything.
No.
Like, I mean,
You'd have to be inside like effectively a sleeping bag because that's how they sleep.
yeah.
You know,
So they
zip
don't
into
like,
a
yeah,
bag,
float
so they're
around.
not floating around. So
Because if you hold them to you, you've got infinite thrusting power if you're moving them. If your partner is basically a fleshlight,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't matter if you're floating around.
But that's like it. So it's
yeah.
basically glorified masturbation at that point.
I just kind of feel like it would be like I remember having like pool sex and being like for the first time being like, I'm never doing this again.
yeah,
This
it sucks. Pool sex
Hey,
sucks.
it looked awesome in the movies when I was in middle school, but
Yeah.
this is the worst thing ever.
Yep, I don't care for that either.
Maybe not the worst thing, but
It's on the
as far as
list.
sex goes, it's down there. At the bottom.
Well, I saw an interview with Chris, what's his name, who was in space forever. Like he talked about if you burp, everything just floats back up. Like you can't burp in space because the contents of your stomach just come out. So I mean, I guess like you fucking come and it's just it's just like,
What's wrong with astronaut David? He can't stop coming.
But he's firing himself across the
Like an
being
octopus.
propelled across the room while his
I can't get anywhere.
love
Jack off, jack off, Dave.
take off in the other direction.
Tether yourself.
You definitely need to be tethered when you're doing that.
Let's see. Next, the classic flying cars.
Love that, man. I love it.
True to Jetsons, flying cars.
That's a number 2 for me. Although, like, because I mean, that's iconic. That's iconic retrofuturism.
Yeah.
But it's like thinking about them actual, like, in reality, boy.
Dude, if it's hard enough to drive on the ground with
Or fly planes.
with other people or fly planes, and it that would just be if we're gonna have flying cars, there's gonna be some way for the system to take over and drive it for you, because there's no way we could have just everyone flying around all the time. No way.
Not with the amount of air traffic controllers we have now.
Exactly.
So
2 for me on flying cars as well.
next, underwater cities.
Oh, shit.
A la Rapture.
Bioshock.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I like that one.
God, would you kindly put that at number 1? Fuck, I got to hold out for Jetpack, though, man.
I'm going number 1 on that one because of Bioshock.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, Jetpack is not on here. I do not have
Okay.
Jetpack.
All right, okay. That's good information to know. I'm going to put it at 5 because I don't want to. It's up there. It's in the top half.
Yeah.
The real reason I don't want to put it at 1 is because, for whatever reason, I don't want us to have the same number 1.
Okay. Well,
It's better podcasting this way.
okay.
The listener will remember. In 2 years, when
Clementine, the
retrofuturism
listener,
comes
will
up.
remember.
I
Yeah,
remember Dave's number 1.
yeah. And I don't want them to be confused. I'm trying to make it easier for them.
Next is the meal pill.
Oh, fuck that. That's a 10.
So everything you need in one little pill.
Nah.
I'm not a big foodie, but that idea, I get caught up in the Willy Wonka trap on that one. You know,
I taste the turkey, and there's the stuffing. There's the mashed potatoes.
and that was because then she turns into a giant blueberry, and they have to go squeeze
Got
her.
a juicer.
Which would be fine if she weren't a child.
Right.
Which my dad would be all for this one. Like he hates stopping and whatever he's doing to eat.
I'm
He's
kind
told
of
me
the
multiple
same
times
way.
he's jealous of Jack's G-tube. It's like if I could just like inject something in there and keep going, that'd be great.
I feel the same way.
I don't know. I like to take a break.
I'm 8 on that one.
It's a 10 for me.
8 domed houses. So that the glass dome all of our structures.
I don't want that. As much like severe weather as we have, that, I mean, Glass.
Yep.
I don't want to be surrounded by glass.
Yeah.
Like climate control.
It wouldn't get
how about
super
that?
hot. Like,
Yeah, it's not like we're inside a giant fucking magnifying glass or anything. Curved glass, perfect. 9 for me.
Yeah, it's an 8 for me.
flying saucers.
Oh shit.
Flying saucers.
In what context? Like, are we talking about the existence of flying saucers as UFOs, or like flying saucers that we travel in?
That we travel in. Because I saw they were very distinct from flying cars.
I was about to ask, what's the difference? Okay.
Yeah.
3 for me.
I don't know if that also includes space travel in a flying saucer as opposed to a flying car.
Because it would be cool to be able to hop in a flying saucer and, you know, jet off to beautiful Venus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Penis.
Yeah. 6.
And then lastly, like in the Jetsons, the food replicator / printer, where you just press a few buttons and whatever food just comes out of it.
I would have probably put food replicator at number 1, but my
Same.
number 7 is the best I can do for that. But Star Trek, you know, where
Yep.
they can just make anything and it's all energy, matter to energy, energy to matter conversion kind of stuff. And yeah, and it's perfect. It's like they'll have a full on, like, you know, chocolate ice cream sundae, but it's nutritionally okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell
it
yeah.
tastes like chocolate sundae.
Hell
It feels,
yeah.
you know, has all the qualities that you love about it, but its nutritional value is good for you.
Because what is it? What's the Orville where he uses it and he finds out about human cigarettes?
Yeah. Oh,
so,
God.
so he replicates cigarettes.
And they get addicted.
Yeah.
Like hard.
Oh.
Apparently that race is like super prone to nicotine addiction. And they just are constantly walking around the ship smoking, sitting at his console on the bridge smoking.
I feel like I get all of my Star Trek information from memes. Like, I wouldn't have known what the fuck you guys are just talking about right now, but I've seen
I only know that on TikTok.
that was like
so-
a meme going around. That's a 1 for me. Food replicators 1. Although I think I missed one on my list.
I did too.
because I got
Actually.
7. I have 7 spot open.
I have 10 spots.
Television newspaper, walking on water via balloons, Olympics in space. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed one. I just read right over it. Weather control.
Ah, shit.
That would have a different place on my list too.
Yeah, that
it's
would've been
it's
way
at
up there.
10, but definitely doesn't belong there.
Yeah, it's at 7 for me. But yeah, I would have had that. Probably, definitely above flying car.
As the weather rages around us.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about weather control when we were talking about the domed housing and you talking about how hot, you know, and all that severe weather. It's like, yeah, but if you have climate control, that'd be cool. And also take care of a huge problem
Yeah.
for future
Yes,
generations.
it would.
Yep.
That and food replicator, I feel like. Those are like the two huge ones.
Same. I didn't consider that might have been an option, or I would have had that as number 1 and 2 for sure.
They sure weren't thinking about cancer in the 50s, I guess.
Nope.
No.
Because, I mean, that would be on the top of my list. Like, fucking, there's nothing on there about diseases, you know?
Well, it's
what I
like
mean?
like rolling, smoking a cigarettes to clear out your lungs.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're already, I guess, 30 minutes left, so we'll save beef for later
Yeah.
Okay.
and roll right into the Jetsons.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We got that letter.
Got that letter on here somewhere. From Zine Lord Brad.
Lord.
What up, chums?
Yo.
You really should have made this a movie episode and watched the Jetsons in WWE Robo WrestleMania.
Oh my God. That's a thing? Does that have any of
I
y'all
did
seen
not know
that?
that.
Is it any good? Probably not, which is why you guys should have watched it. I mean, the Wikipedia plot summary ends with the sentence, spoilers. This is spoilers. After the city returns to normal, the Jetsons attend WrestleMania to watch the new human WWE superstars enter the ring. Plus, Vince McMahon voices himself in the movie. What more could you ask for? Yeah, that's nuts. We should have watched that. Here's Scary Larry's review of the SNES game from the June 1994 Game Pro. The Jetsons are now on the scene with their new SNES adventure, and if you were a fan of the show, you might like this game. Otherwise, it's just your regular hop till you drop side scroller. In The Jetsons, you play as George, and like the cartoon, you're just an average space-age guy. This time, though, you have to deal with space pirates. You travel through 7 stages, trying to knock off a motley crew of machines, which includes flying robots, mechanical whales, and blood-sucking bats, to name a few. You're armed with that special Jetson charm and a suction machine, which you use to suck up blocks, enemies, and power-ups. And other things that's probably not pictured in that game.
And also breathe underwater for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, you'll also use the suction machine as a grappling hook, sucking onto walls and scurrying up the side. This is one powerful sucker. Next section is A Moon with a View. The backgrounds and graphics are all very cartoony and Hanna-Barbera-ish, with nice, colorful locales and enemies, but there isn't enough variety to hold your interest. Don't speak for me. George seems way too stiff and happy for someone battling space pirates. The music is tedious with the same Jetsons theme music permeating throughout. If you like the Jetsons, and I mean really like them, then you might be able to wade through this game. Intermediate gamers need not apply much thought to this one, though. The Jetsons game is basic hop and bop space style, but it seems all the other hop and boppers out there. Not even a recognizable cartoon character could help this one. The scores are graphics 4.0, sound 3.5, control 3.5, and fun factor 3.5. Challenge is intermediate. Price not available at the time of this writing. But the game at the time of this writing is available now. So apparently they didn't call anybody to find out what the retail MSRP is on this game. And then Brad continues, this is one powerful sucker. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Zine Lord, Brad from Arizona. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad. I disagree with that review. I was really surprised how much I liked this game. I didn't think that I would like it at all. I turned it on, and I think I was wowed by how it looked. I thought it looked really good. Yeah, I think if it looked bad, then I probably wouldn't have given it much of a chance. That's just kind of how I'm wired, I guess. But because I thought it looked good, I was like, oh, okay. I started it up and I started that first level. And not only did I think it looked good, but the first thing you do with the vacuum cleaner is you suck up a box, and then you can spit it back out. And the speed at which it does it, and the fact that the first enemy is a fucking robot dog, this gave me Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers,
it does look like the
vibes that I was not expecting, and it's that clicked. And that kind of set the stage for me and the rest of this game. I didn't finish it, but I did play quite a bit of it. I thought it was I thought it was pretty good. I thought that I disagree with the GamePro review in that they say it's just like every other hop and bop.
No, I agree with that hard. Disagree with that hard.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy because this vacuum cleaner mechanic is super not like much else.
Never seen
and
anything
use
like
the
that.
shit out of it constantly.
You have to, yeah.
You can't. It's hop, but no bop because you can't jump on your enemies.
Right.
So he's.
You got to
totally fucking.
You got to get good with that thing quick.
It's tricky
a little bit.
I did. That's the only thing. That's my turning point on the game. I did not like how that operated. It felt really climbing the walls and stuff with it just felt really clunky. I wasn't supposed to be doing it like that. It felt so weird.
Yeah, I kind of like that because I don't know. I like it when I'm doing stuff in games that I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be doing this? And then I felt like the level design was pretty decent because, I would have that feeling oh, am I supposed to be doing this? And then I'd wind up in an area and it's oh, there's some bonus items and stuff.
Plenty of power-ups.
Oh, that was really cool.
The boss fights are imaginative.
Yeah, I like the boss fights.
I'm with you, Dave. I thought it looked great. I didn't mind the sound. I thought, it has... I'm used to us playing some games where the music does not change throughout the entirety of the thing. The levels change, the boss music changed. It had enough sound variety. okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I felt like it fit the kids' charm. You're fighting robots. You're not killing anything. You're just kind of sucking them up and spitting them out. Like, it felt the aesthetic. It felt the charm. Like, yeah, I just personally, it's like people who don't like Mario Sunshine because they don't like Operating Flood. I'm the same way. Like, I get where props to it. I just did not like it the way the vacuum gun operated.
It was a little. I'm kind of middle of the road on it because I was in the same train of thought of it's a unique approach to traversing the levels. You know, getting up the wall, and it was apparent immediately that that's what you had to do. And mastering it though, I'm with you. It felt a little bit clunky, and there was several times where I had problems getting up into gaps that were like too narrow. And so like if I couldn't like directly attach myself to the wall adjacent to the gap, I kept missing it and not being able to grab onto the wall inside the gap.
Because once you attach, you're attached unless
Yeah.
you jump and reattach.
There's a button that you can press that does both jump and attach. And I use that a lot because you can just kind of spam that button to climb a wall really quickly. But if you go too high on the wall, you're going to bump your head when you try to jump over to the next wall on something that might be above
like
you.
hanging over. Yeah.
And then you can't and then you fall, and then you land on an enemy that you can't hurt because you can't hop on top of them.
And falling on an enemy is pretty common because I thought that the amount of enemies and the rate at which they respawn,
the respawn
is
rate
crazy.
is insane. Like as soon as you leave the screen that enemy is on, it comes right back. And you got to be ready for that, which I several times was not.
Yeah, same.
Because it shouldn't be that way. I think it should clear off and stay off for a while.
Or it's on
especially
some
when
kind
you're
of timer
traversing
or
the same
something.
areas back and forth.
Right, because there are point like there was like this segment in like I think the second level where it's like there was this like moving platform. I had to like fire a box onto a lever or a button in order to make a platform go from like the right to the left. And it's like a levitating platform. And it's like it took me so long to get it going and get on it because the enemies I would have to move over a screen to like fire the box at the button, and then when I would go back to the platform the enemies would respawn, but the platform's already moving. So it's like in order to catch the platform I gotta like dodge the enemies and not get hit, because if I get hit I get stunned and the platform keeps going. And so I spent like 5 lives trying to do that, and then I finally got it, and then I get over to the area and it's like some bananas. You know what I mean? It's like I don't even know what the fucking food does. It's like I for real I spent so much time trying to get to this area. It's so hard to do for like fucking bananas.
The payoff that frustrates me when the payoff for something so challenging is something so meaningful.
It was the hardest thing I did in the game.
Right.
Ian. It's fucking crazy.
And you got some nothing. Some bananas.
Yeah, it's wild.
I liked it. I liked that there was a run button because we played so many games where your run speed is momentum based.
Right.
And I hate that.
And
so
I could
just
see
being able
them
to press a button and run. Nice.
I could see them trying to go that route too in this game, because it's like, especially the first level felt very Sonic the Hedgehog inspired. There's like a straight up Sonic the Hedgehog reference in the second level. There's like a Metal Sonic parody at the beginning of the second level, and it was like, holy shit! I'm surprised that they did that. And I gotta check, man, because this came out in 1994, and I don't even know when when Sonic CD came out.
The underwater level felt like Mega Man, because when you're, you have to whenever you a big well that looks like a Mega Man boss is inhaling all the water, so you suction onto the top. But of course, you don't have the thing over your mouth to breathe, so then you start running out of air while the whale inhales. Like, that was a nice touch. I liked that you would suck up the blocks to spit them at switches to rotate the screen at certain points.
And the first time that happened, I was truly surprised. Like, I mean,
Which that really feels very Sonic the Hedgehog to me as well. Like, seeing the screen kind of rotate and stuff. Remember those levels in Sonic where you'd get locked in and then it would rotate the screen and fire you upwards or something?
Yeah.
Stuff like that also kind of speaks to that Sonic theme.
It gave me like Super Ghouls and Ghosts vibes, because there's that level where it
the cage.
Yeah, and the level rotates around the cage.
Yep.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. And it's like, it was clear to me that they were taking, this was developed by Sting, from the Police.
He took a break from the Police to do, I want to do the Jetsons, and I'll be back.
It's a lifelong
I'll be missing
dream.
you, but I'll be back.
Whatever you do not let Puff Daddy sample any of my music. Yeah, but I mean, it felt like it was taking inspiration from a lot of like good platformers. I looked up Sonic CD. It came out in '93, so it wasn't like a such. I was like, did they
Damn.
come out with fucking Metal Sonic before Sonic did? But it's like they're referencing that, and they're also like, there's a super annoying level. I guess it's a section in the first level, maybe, that's like the clock tower from every Castlevania game, because it's all these gears that you have to run on, and the gears are you have to. It's a vertical level. You're climbing up, and you're climbing by platforming on moving gears of different sizes, and it's like, it's different than the rest of the game, because in the rest of the game you can fall from a great height and the camera follows you until you land. You know, this one was like, okay,
And no falling animation. Thank you. I don't like a falling animation. Sparkster ruined those for me forever.
Oh, sure. But this one is like, I mean, straight up, they were like, oh yeah, this is the way it works in Castlevania, so we're going to do it like this in our game. As you climb, the bottom of the screen becomes the line of death. If you pass this line, you die.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you fall, the camera doesn't follow with you. You just fall and
dead.
you
Fall and
die.
die.
It becomes what was once the ground now becomes a bottomless pit. So that's annoying.
And I'm not fun. I've mentioned this several times in the past. I'm not terribly fond of a game that puts a timer on you. I don't like timers. I get that some people, I'm probably in the minority on that. But for me, I like to have time to just work through it on my own and not feel so pressured. I feel like I could solve problems easier when I'm not under a time limit.
I get that.
And that's just how I'm wired, I guess.
That was me in multiplication tables when I was in school, man. I would know that shit. I would have it memorized, but like knowing that we were timed and doing a time test was just like, I can't operate right now.
It always adds stress that I've never been very fond of.
Sure.
So
I thought that it was very forgiving. I mean, and because of that, like, I feel like I could have like rented this over a weekend and finished it, because it's like, you in the options screen, you can choose the difficulty, easy, normal, difficult, or hard. You can choose the number of lives that you have. So I cranked that up to 5.
Yeah, always.
And then it's like, I ran out of lives. I come to a continue screen. I hit continue, and then I just start right back at the section that I left off on. It's like, it didn't throw me back to the very beginning of the level.
That's always a plus.
I thought that was nice, and I continued a lot. I don't know if the continues are limited, but like, I continued a lot to the point where I felt like, okay, they're probably unlimited.
Yeah, still a kid's game, so yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
I guess it is a kid's game, which is kind of weird to me, because it's like,
It is a little more difficult than what you'd standardly.
yeah, I would think like the whole
kid's
like
game.
climbing with the vacuum thing, I think would be, I mean, maybe I'm not giving kids enough credit, because I mean, we grew up, playing like A Boy and His Blob and,
Yeah, that's true.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Little Nemo, where you have weird mechanics that you have to kind of figure out. But yeah, to me, maybe it's because we played so many kids games on the SNES that are like Pink Goes to Hollywood,
Right.
Where it's like, to me, that GamePro review that you read earlier fits Pink Goes to Hollywood a lot better than the
Right.
Yeah.
Jetsons, where
Yeah,
it's like,
for
yeah, this
sure.
is a standard platformer. So I don't know.
You guys have any achievements for it?
I regrettably this week do not. I'm going to get back on my achievement creating train for whatever we do next, but had a long week, so I did not get any achievements this week. Dave, what do you got?
I have 2 achievements. The first achievement is Mario. And I'm like, Mario. You kill the ghost bosses with your vacuum cleaner
Nice.
at the end of stage 2. I don't know if they're actually ghosts or not. They're probably not, but they do phase in and out of
You
reality.
have to pretend that they are, and it'd be Luigi's Mansion,
Right.
right? I mean, I said it's the same. I thought the same thing, man. They got the vacuum idea from the Jetsons.
Yeah, for real, man. And then the last achievement I have is they'll take the clues and find the where's, the whys, and who's. In order to unlock, they'll take the clues and find the where's, the whys, and who's. You kill a robot dog with a box, like you would in Rescue Rangers.
I had 2 as well. The first one, Kirby. And that is where you suck an enemy up into your vacuum and then jump off the stage to
Nice.
both of your deaths.
Nice.
The next one being Larry Koopa. And that's you beat the monkey boss of stage 1, which is just like Larry Koopa and
Yeah.
I think Lim
Okay,
Koopa
yep.
in the first world of Mario, Super Mario World.
Nice.
How much do you think you would pay for the Jetsons SNES, as I like to call it, or the Jetsons Invasion of the Planet Pirates?
I think
There's a story. There's a long story in the game that is not really so interesting.
Nope, but a sexy girl pirate from another planet comes to
Right?
just take stuff.
I was
Yep.
surprised at how
Yep.
attractive she was. Because I was like, man,
Periwinkle Samantha from Bewitched.
yeah, holy shit.
yeah.
Damn.
I don't know, when there's a pretty well-known franchise attached to it, I think that tends to, and it's not a complete shit show of a game, which I agree to a certain extent. I thought it was fine. I'm not great at this kind of game, but
Yeah.
it was fine. I thought it looked good, everything, all that good stuff, but I think this one probably fetches a little bit of a price.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it
I'd
Yeah,
say
or ever seen it.
Yeah, me neither.
$21.
$21. Tyler?
$26.
$26. The price of the Jetsons scrolls up, Invasion of the Planet Pirates scrolls back down. Loose on average for the Super Nintendo, according to pricecharting.com at the time of this recording, is $132.93.
Damn.
I know. What a fucking bummer. Because when I was playing this,
You
I
were
was like,
thinking you want to buy it.
I want to buy this. And then when I looked up the price, I was like, I don't think so.
Ooh, that is that's one of the
That's
most
loose.
expensive ones we've ever come across.
That's
Yep.
loose.
At least since I've been on the show. That's
So
crazy.
my guess is it's
Rare.
rare.
It's got to be rare. Yeah.
That's my guess. I liked this game a lot. I feel like as far as like platformers on the SNES go, like this is one of those, like I feel like this is a category of games where it's like this feels like an NES game on the Super Nintendo. It's got NES vibes. It's just got the like graphics like Super Nintendo eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that stuff. I like that a lot. It's not super like innovative, I guess, for like 1994, but I have such a fondness for like the simplicity of
I
NES
understand.
games
Yeah.
that it's nice to play something that's like, oh, okay, they're not trying to like fancy this up. You know what I mean? They're
Right,
just like,
right.
this is, yeah, we made a game. You know what I mean? It's like we made a game. So this is one of those where it's like, I honestly think this is like top third Super
Okay.
Nintendo games
All
for
right.
me, because it's just, I feel like I've played platformers. That's a genre that I used to think that I liked.
Yeah.
And then now I've played so many on the Super
Yeah.
Nintendo that are they're horrible.
They're really
They're
bad.
Yeah.
horrible.
More often than not.
That I played this one and I was like, oh yeah, shit, I do like platformers. I forgot.
I just like good platformers.
Turns out,
Yeah.
yeah, I just like the good ones.
Yeah.
So what do you think Flopsy has to say about the Jetsons Space Pirates Super Nintendo?
My gut
sexy
goes
pirate.
3.5 rare.
That's kind of where I was at, actually. 3.5 rare is what I would have voted for. Given that price, that's insane.
That's expensive.
And they're going to give it big points for the graphics. I think they're going to give it points for the innovative, the vacuum thing.
I think so.
I think, and given its rarity, I think that's going to score it some points in this book too.
And it's based on a property, and usually those games are really bad.
Usually they are.
And I'm not saying this is a great game, but like to me, it was surprisingly well done, and I think they'll give it points for that as well.
I think it's better than the average platformer and way better than the average licensed platformer.
Oh God, yeah,
for sure.
Terminator.
And I think a lot of times
The Hank Hill flop, Blue Jean flop.
I think a lot of times with what I was saying earlier about a license, tends to be if it tends to fetch a higher price, it's because it's bad.
Yeah,
Like it's cult classic bad.
Sure.
And they've used a license to sully the name of a otherwise perfectly fine property,
Yeah,
But I agree. 3.5 rare.
I'm good with
What
that.
do you think? Okay.
I'm good with that. 3.5 rare. According to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike and the shadowy, mysterious benefactor. The Jetsons, Invasions of the Planet Pirates. Availability, very uncommon. I wonder what the line is between very
Yeah, that's
uncommon
a
and rare.
big line.
And the rating is 2.5 stars.
We're off a little bit.
Yep. But
Man,
that's okay.
that rarity though, that price, that doesn't speak very uncommon to me for a game
No,
that
not at
fetches
all.
2.5 stars.
Yeah, I want to know what.
saying?
Yeah, I want to know
probably
what
the
the
Jetsons.
scale is.
It's probably the Jetsons. It's probably, I imagine there are people out there who collect Hanna-Barbera stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
That's fair.
maybe
yeah.
not.
I think
No,
you're
I
probably
think you're
onto
right,
something
yeah.
there. Yeah.
But I think that might be why
So
it's.
they're not selling them because it's part of a collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they were very uncommon to begin with,
Yeah.
if they didn't produce many of them, then that just makes them, I guess, even more rare when people don't sell them.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Yes,
if
sir.
you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it the dramatic scream and vomit suction beard of Rocco and Rocco's Modern Life when he buys the Suckomatic.
Hell yes.
Love it.
Hell yes.
And he never scream when they see it, and it sucks the food out of their stomachs.
Dude, rewatching that as an adult, I was blown away at how disgusting it was and how it didn't register with me as a kid
100%.
at all.
Same when he was on when he was working on
Yeah.
the sex line. Like,
Yeah. That's a great show.
It is a
Fuck
great
yeah, it is.
show. I love that show.
not a great Super Nintendo game, but a great show.
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses?
I would give this the glasses of Bev Bighead from Rocco's Modern Life when the Suckomatic sucks up her house and she is there in her bathtub.
Hell yeah. Nice. Well,
See what we're playing next week?
would you like to do that, or would you like to should we do like a?
Oh, you're gonna be out of town, Ian. We should do
Yeah, I don't know
something
that you'll have
different,
time to
shouldn't we?
play.
That doesn't always stop me, but let's plan on doing something else.
Okay.
Let's play around next week. and
Okay.
Spend a couple hours chilling, and then we'll get back on track.
Okay. That sounds good.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, not Stitcher, but on Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, all over the goddamn place. Lots of shit going on. But most importantly, is Patreon.
Patreon.com/TADPOG is where you can go to give us $1 or more, and you'll have access to all of our bonus content. There's quite a bit out there. It's some good stuff. A couple tabletops, which are always fun and really good for like if you got to pass a lot of time. Those are great to listen to for that. Long car rides and stuff. That's really good. But we also have a list of executive producers that are the listeners who donate $20 or more per month to the show. And I'm going to read that list now like I do every week. Starting with Cubicle Monkey, Sandwich Pope, Phil H, Gamebug Prime, Nathan E, Matt, aka Gentle G, Pinball Airplane Archmage, Chris Edler, sorry you couldn't be on this episode. That nice guy from Michigan, Louisville correspondent, Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn Dahl, Drinksmith Joey Dubs, and D Pope Sandwich. Thank you all so much for your exemplary generosity, and to all of our donors, thanks for throwing us a little scratch every month. It's nice to know that we're loved.
Hell yes. Thank you. And I want to thank, I did a bad job. I normally send you our new Patreon donors.
Oh, yeah.
And I just realized as you were reading that I had not done that.
Okay.
Laud Dennis just recently.
Oh, Laud.
Hell yeah.
Laud. Just recently re-upped. So
nice.
welcome back.
Thank you, Dennis. That's awesome.
So how you guys going to close this one out?
As maybe as George Jetson.
Okay.
When he's on the treadmill, only instead of Jane, get me off this crazy thing, he says Tropical Capricorn.
All right. So until next time. Tropical Capricorn!
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler, and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Hey, I meant to tell you guys that there is an epilogue to the Xbox adventure.
Oh.
My account has been credited and closed.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I am awaiting the refund of what I had paid in. They're going to either send me a check or credit it back to my payment method.
You're the best around.
Nobody
I feel
gonna
like
get
we
me
need
down.
to jump in the air and freeze frame. Like this is the end of the podcast, everybody. This is it. We got to end on a high note.
We have finally a win. We got to stop. But yeah, it worked out. It took months and months and months to get right, and a trip to Louisville and all the stuff. But that has come to an end. So for anyone interested,
they cast Speak with
good.
Dead on Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Got all the shit taken care of.
But in addition to my happy ending for the Xbox story, we did have something else.
You got a package from first-time caller Nate from Utah.
Hell yeah.
Fucking TADPOG. Sorry these arrived late. The first set was miscut and got the second set Christmas Eve. I tried sending one out last Thursday. The post was closed to honor Jimmy Carter. Chrissy and I took all the photos in 2024. So it is new calendars for all of us.
We were hoping for these.
January and February are in Utah. March is in Colorado. April is in Idaho. May is in Colorado. June is in Utah. July, Colorado. August, Utah. September, Colorado. October, Idaho. November, December, Colorado.
Hell yeah.
Love you guys. Nate from Utah.
Thank
Love
you,
you too,
Nate.
Nate.
I can't
Thank you.
wait. My wife is going to be extremely excited when I show up at home later with this calendar.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why I thought Bill Gates was dead. Tyler gave me a weird look, and I was like, I should look up. And I was like, yeah, he's not dead.
One of the things,
I don't know. I thought he was dead.
one of the things though in Nate's letter though was like the post was closed to honor Jimmy Carter. It's like, how do we honor Jimmy Carter? What can we do? I know. We'll stop delivering mail.
I think that honored a standing president. He doesn't like mail.
It's true. You're right.
God, these pictures are so
They're so fucking
unbelievably
good.
good.
Yeah,
Thank
they're
you
really
so
good.
much. You have a real gift for this, Nate.
I like this dog on the back.
Me too. I hope this is your dog. Let's see. What does that say?
Pepper.
Pepper. Do you have a dog named Pepper? Because I think Pepper's awesome. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Believe it!